What is up, DTube Steam blockchain? As you can see, very much snow, so it came yesterday. So today I want to talk a little bit about the concept of copy, because I want to talk about this topic because I was watching a video on YouTube that talked a little bit about copy and like how so you're starting to see more and more YouTubers that like copy other YouTubers. So especially 2019, with the rise of a lot of artificial intelligence tools, with voice, deepfakes on video, text generator tools, eventually people realize, well, in theory you can just take what someone else is saying and just make it in your own voice. So you can make your own kind of video with the exact same text, or you can, like, I don't know, you can get ideas from other people, you can copy. And sometimes it's kind of a good question if is it really ethical to sort of copy someone word for word? Or because sometimes, like, we have this time now where a lot of people are getting exposed, even if they do a little bit. Like I saw one YouTuber talking about another YouTuber that sort of well, what he did was he had ripped off a guy completely, where he just copied everything that he did, and then he got exposed for it. But it's kind of interesting because in a way, if you copy someone else, you actually are in a way generating more abundance. And I get it that there is, like, sometimes you kind of cross, let's say, a limit, or you kind of cross like should you really copy someone? Should you really like copy someone? Like, some people do it too much. But if you look at that person, these, in many ways, they are a little bit greedy, yes, but they sort of also are finding a way to monetize something. And many times they are an innovator in a way, even if they copy, because many times they try to make it a little bit unique. Even though it's weird in the digital age that you can copy other people, if other people sell a product, you can basically copy that. You can almost copy and paste it, and try to do it better yourself. So if they sell a product, in a way you can just download that product and pretend it's yours and sell it to other people. Maybe you can reach people that first guy couldn't reach. And it's kind of interesting in sort of this digital in this digital age. You sort of consider it like, what is, like, does copyright even exist and stuff like that? Because it's like, if you're on Instagram, many times you want to share a YouTube video, and it's just, you just want to share it to your private friends maybe, and it's just a few seconds long, maybe 30 seconds, and like 15 people are gonna see it, but then they're like, oh, this is like a copyright, like you can't share this. Why, you just wanted to share a moment and experience with someone else. Like, shouldn't you be able to do that? Because it's like, we're in the digital age now, people can copy each other, and even though some copy is like horrible, people try to like do it for bad purposes, and maybe they try to rip someone off. That's kind of weird, right? That's kind of weird. Like, people shouldn't really be doing that. But many times when they copy, they really try to be unique. Like, they try to make their own kind of spin on it, and a lot of people try to shame that in many ways. So it's one of these kind of fascinating topics of how much should you copy. And I consider it like when all the text that people are making on the internet, how you can just make it in a voice, another person's voice. Because I mean, really it's just text, right? That's some human consciousness put in to the internet, and you can just rip that text off, put it in a Plotagon animation video and put it on the internet. And you're seeing this a lot, like people making animated videos, stuff like that. Are they really taking something away, from the original person. So I've had videos that I've done on YouTube, all original, and copied to Facebook, and they have gotten like 100 million views on on Facebook, and I didn't get any money from that. But when we move into this like hyper capitalism, hyper abundance age, if someone copies something, if someone copies digital bits on the internet, and people are gonna copy your face, they're gonna copy what you say, they're gonna make your voice sound like something else, especially with these deep fake technologies. It increases people's awareness of digital technologies and how they can be used. And I think it also eventually teach people that it's like we're doing something really basic, like we're doing something digital, and is it really copyright? If I make a video, is that really me? Like, it's like it makes people eventually, I think, they're gonna start to question a little bit more about the topic of identity and those kinds of ideas that people have invented in their head about what an identity is and what people identify with. So a lot of people identify with a nation or a belief system, or they identify with their smartphone, their Instagram account, their Facebook account, their YouTube account, whatever. Like, people should have a cosmic identity so they can like see all of life and how they can see that they can be a creator here. I don't think most people have sort of realized that. So, well, we have it with the internet, like a lot of people making videos and stuff like that, and everyone is the same in many ways now. And it's like people believe that you can create more scarcity if we just copy and paste something. But maybe someone else can do something better than us. We probably are not the best at doing something. So that's interesting with money printing also. It's like with tokens, how we can just create more tokens. And some people get super triggered by this. And it's like they try to make something exclusive again, like only this token, you cannot use anything else. It's almost like they believe that the pie is small, like the pie of abundance. It's almost like they believe it's too small. So if other stuff comes in, it's going to be competition. But we're sort of in many ways moving away from competition in an abundance age. So people can sort of create some digital content that has near zero marginal cost, and they can create value out of that. And just because most people having more dematerialized life, so to say, so they can do more with digital stuff, that means that the cost goes down dramatically. And that's an aspect that's really fascinating to consider. So you used to have to do a lot of physical stuff to create some form of output, but that is sort of going down when you can create more stuff abundantly. So people are gonna keep copying each other, and people are gonna be annoyed by it, because it seems like, especially if you don't know about crypto and blockchain, it sort of seems like in the old system, because they mainly run on like competition ideas, like the old centralized private media. It sort of runs on this scarcity concept. So you do understand why people in that system kind of gets confused when people like copying and pasting and like trying to innovate, or because it's like people trying to find their own uniqueness. They try to find ways to sort of stand out. So maybe they're tracking their followers, right? Maybe they're tracking their likes and shares. Eventually it's just going to be like, oh, that's just vanity stuff. Now we can just track real world value. So one person, if they own a lot of tokens and if they vote on you, then you're good. Like, you don't need to find 1 million people to like follow you to like make $1,000. Like, you can we can create way better systems. So our ignorance about value and about creation and stuff like that, I mean, we're gonna expand that sort of border of ignorance, right? And that's sort of going to be very interesting to sort of observe. So as I talked about a little bit in the past, now it's more just letting people know that like we have better technology now, we have better systems now Because if nobody tells people that it exists, they're not really gonna know that it exists. Because the way people get information is like you have to tell people stuff, because most people don't know that much, because usually the source where they're getting information, it's usually 2 or 3 places. But if more people are telling what they perceive in the world, then people can cross-check information. And that's basically what everyone is doing now on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram. Everyone is like cross-checking information with everyone else, and they sort of try to see if they're sort of up to speed on things. So we used to have universities that did this a lot, and schools a lot, but now it's like the smartphone just does it way faster, and it does it way better. And you don't need to gather people locally in a group to tell them something, but you can just tell the whole world something in one go. And we could never do that in the past. In the past, you can never like do a video and tell everyone everything that you know in one go. Like, it wasn't really possible. So humans should really take advantage of this possibility and use video to get messages across, get information across much faster, because it really works, and it's gonna transform people's life if people do it. If people really do it. Yeah, have a great day, D2, and Steam blockchain. Bye bye.